And now we're recording. Okay, first some classroom management stuff. I think I said this last week, but the two classes blur together, so I'm unsure what we said. So number one, you know that last Friday was the last reading assignment that we had for Unbroken. And because I don't know, I asked around different administrators. I said, do we have any idea when our school year is officially supposed to end? There is no official end date. So what I did is I've canceled, as far as a class goes, I've canceled the Hunger Games. So we're not reading the Hunger Games as a class. Now, I think The Hunger Games is an excellent book. I like it a lot, and they're sitting at school. So if you are interested in reading The Hunger Games, again, it is a good book. It's much better than the movie. The movie is really not very good, but the book is excellent. If you'd like it, I would be happy to get it for you. I have to go into Panama tomorrow, like I do on Fridays, so it would not be hard for me to pick up a copy of the book. You'd have to email me that and let me know. But I know that we have it on Sora, but if it's logged, if it's checked out, people can't get it for whatever that's worth. So if you're interested in reading The Hunger Games, let me know, but I'm not asking us to do this as a class. Again, I don't know when they're going to tell us that the school year's over, so I didn't want to make a schedule and find out, oh, hey, we're on chapter like 10 and the school year's over. So anyway, additionally, you have started, this is, I think, week 3 of a research thing. To refresh your memory, last week, I wanted you to only find 5 sources, give or take. And I have many of you have submitted those. Thank you very much. And some good topics in there. Jaden, I got it. I know you know this, but you sent it to me in an email, so it's all good, but it won't show up in Google Classroom because that's not where it was. So I figure you probably understand that, just throwing that out there. But anyway, they're done. So it's time to move on to the next thing. And I know you understand this. I would be asking more of you if we were face-to-face, if we were in class together, but we're not. So I'm going to do this a little differently. And hello, Caroline. How are you? It's nice to see you.
I'm good. Sorry, I didn't know we were using the same link as last time.
That's okay. And I already know, like, when I posted last Thursday and I said, hey, here's the link to today's meeting that was last week, that's because I recorded it. So I know I heard some people talking about that here too, so I understand that was a little confusing, so I'm sorry for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you for a second. I'm going to show you where things are. If you have to, this is a little bit like last week. If once I get started, or once we get started, you have to leave because you can't split screen for some reason, feel free to do so. I'll be here until the end of this class, obviously. It's not hard. This is a very smart class, but I still want to show you how it is because I need you to see how to do some things. The split screen thing I mentioned because the juniors had a really hard time. Some of them, their iPads needed to be updated. We had to, Mrs. Johnson was in there, and what Mrs. Johnson did was, like at 11:30 at night, was fixing people's stuff, which blows my mind. I mean, she did a really nice job of that. So as far as I know, your iPads work okay. No one's told me otherwise. So I'm going to share a screen with you, and in case you wanted to go ahead of time, I'm sharing with you the school's webpage. So it's pancent.org. Very simple stuff. I know you've seen it a million times. I should be able to do this. But I want to show you specifically what it is that we're looking at. You should see this now. This is the school webpage. That's Danny Skolton. You know who that is. And hey, look, there's people that are in the color run, and that's, yeah, okay, we'll move on because that's a DC trip and nobody wants to talk about that. So let's move on. This is, you go to students up top, and when I hover my cursor over students, I see library. So on your own, either listen to me now or go now, whatever you want, but on your own, you go down to library. Again, basic stuff. Mrs. Lundquist, since we left, has done some mods to the page, so it's a little different. You can see this is the elementary. No, actually, I think this is the high school one. This must scroll. This is the high school library now because she's changed that too. When you scroll down, I want to highlight something for you here. Here's all the passwords that you might need. So I'm going to tell you the password that most of you are going to use, but in case you start looking for stuff, if you're in school, your iPads will automatically connect. You're at home now, so you might need these passwords. When you click on this link here, a Google Doc comes up, and then you can see all the passwords you need. But I want to show you something. I want to go down a little bit further here. So this is the bar, and it starts on the left with Gale in Context Middle School, and then there's the GVRL, and then Gale PowerSearch, and then Opposing Viewpoints. This is where most of you are going to be. So let me refresh your memory again. History people, you're just looking for stuff. You're looking for information about your topic. You know what your topics are. If you have chosen a company, many of you have, if you've chosen a company, we are going to be looking for things that deal with information about your company, how they sell products. So now in my little window, and I don't know how this will look when we do the Zoom transcript, when I publish this on YouTube, on the top of my screen right now, I see Kylie Morgan, and then Caroline, then Abby, and then Jaden. So Kylie, you're at top here. Do you mind unmuting? What was your topic again, Kylie Morgan? What was it that you're researching?
Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Awesome. Franklin D. Roosevelt. So we're going to look at hers first. And so she's going to be the historical example. And so I'm going to suggest we're going to go, and you can see this, you'll watch. We're going to go to the Gale PowerSearch. This button here looks like lightning. It's very nice, very fancy. I'm going to click on that. And this will redirect. Now, I have already logged in. I should probably log out to show you what this looks like, and assuming it's going to let me, let's see here. Yeah, because I'm already in, and that's cheating. Let me see if I can get out of there. It's not letting me. Okay, what'll happen is there is about where this bar is to type into, you'll see a little thing, it'll say password, and the password, I'll type it so you can see it. It's Empire Link. It's going to look weird because it's like it's a search engine, but that's not what we want. Empire Link is the password. So I'm going to type Franklin and D, and then you see Roosevelt comes up. So I'm just going to click on the first one. Kylie might need to click on a lot of stuff, and she's going to get a lot of things to come up. Again, she's not alone, but she's the one historical guinea pig we'll use. According to this, there are 6,600 magazines about FDR. 3,500 journals, 1,600 books, 38,000 news articles, images, videos, and audio. So that's way too much. Nobody wants to look at all that. That's bananas, and that's way too confusing. So we can filter. Again, I'm assuming, Kylie, you can just nod. You can see my cursor. You can see where I am on the screen and everything. Okay, so I'm assuming you all can too. We're going to look at publication date. We're going to simplify this. I'm going to click on publication date. So I'm going to ask for just things done since the beginning of 2019. So I'm going to say we're going to go January 2019, go January 1st, and then we'll go to today's date, which is not April. So let's move to that. I don't even know, it's the 14th. There we go. Okay, so we're only looking for like a year and a half. And then when I click apply, much smaller. Now, this doesn't mean Kylie sees stuff she wants, but I see there's only 200 magazines, 128 journals, books, and news. So you can use the date to simplify this. Now, Kylie, I'm going to pretend that I know what you're going to talk about, and so I'm going to type the New Deal. The New Deal is something specifically that FDR did, and I'll put Roosevelt here. So when you add stuff, I'd have to be able to spell this. There we go. If you add stuff, you can limit things a little bit, and you'll get a much smaller amount of results. And so already we're at 600. If I change the date again, we're going to go January 1st from 2019. If I change the date and then to today's date, there we go. It should be an even smaller amount of things. So now there's only 29 magazine articles, 4 books, 16 journals. So you can change things, play with the things you're looking for to find what you want. So that's how you're going to look for things if you're looking for a historic topic. Now, I know Jaden's doing Ram trucks, and we've got the NFL from Keefe. Can I get one other person besides those 2 boys that has a company? Somebody else has a company, and I can't remember all the different.
I got Amazon.
Amazon, that's Josh Walzak, right? Now, if I type Amazon, I'm going to get stuff from the company, but I'm also going to get things from the region in South America. So that's going to be hard. So I'm going to put Amazon, and I don't know. Let's search for Prime, because why not? And by the way, Josh can look for anything he wants to, but I'm just throwing this out here. So when I type in Amazon Prime, I get 6,000 articles, 53,000 news articles. That's way too much. So again, just as an example, I'm going to simplify the range just so we can see what that looks like. No, I don't want that. I want 2019. I'm just doing this quickly. I know it's not exactly the same dates as before. And we'll see what happens. We go from 53,000 news articles to 16,000. Still too much, but Josh can change this how he wants because you saw I did Amazon Prime. A lot of people that work in Amazon warehouses are getting sick. They're getting, the COVID virus. So he could type in Amazon warehouse. He could type in Prime Video. He can type in subscribers. There's lots of things Josh could look for. I'll leave that up to him. So in a moment, I'm going to stop talking, but let me refresh your memory of what we're doing. I just created an assignment this afternoon. Very simple. It's not hard. Again, I'm making it simpler because we are not face-to-face. What I want you to do right now is I'm going to ask you to go and do kind of what I just did. And I want you to find one thing that will work for you, one source out of Gale PowerSearch or any of these other things. And I want to go back to some of the other choices you have because there are several. Let me go. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong spot. Let's do this. I'll go back to Panama's library. There's a middle school one. Look, you guys are high school people. Basically, the year is kind of over, kind of, sort of. You're already ninth graders. So, and some of you have been taking ninth grade stuff all year. So, middle school, it's kind of yucky. I don't know what you'll find. The Gale Virtual Reference Library is okay. And opposing viewpoints. Amazon, to speak of Josh's topic, a lot of people angry at Amazon. A lot of people. A lot of people love Amazon, but some people are angry too. So you might find
people angry.
They'd be angry because, for instance, if you buy lots of stuff off of Amazon, you aren't buying things from local companies. So if there's not really one I can think of, there's maybe a couple in Warren. There's a pretty cool outdoor company down here called Allegheny Outfitters. They work really hard to get people to come to their store and buy stuff, but it's usually at least a little cheaper to buy stuff off Amazon. But the problem is then there's no local business, there's no local jobs and things like that. So some people get upset with Amazon because they say it's killing small business. They say it's getting rid of small businesses. Maybe you've heard that argument before. And not everyone feels that way.
Yeah.
Some people do. Also, another problem with Amazon is
they also take like half a year to ship your stuff.
They can take their, and
I'm mad at Amazon.
Sometimes when you have an Amazon thing, you buy something, if you don't get it right away, then they're not fast to give you your money back. So it's definitely not perfect. So again, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to stop talking in just a minute. I want you to use one of the databases you see on the screen here. I'm going to stop screen sharing in just a moment, but use one of the databases here. I want one source, and you're going to submit that to me just like you did with the last assignment. This is the week 3 research assignment. Please find one article that works for you, not something I'm giving you. You please find something that works for you, and then you'll put that together and submit it. Now, it doesn't have to be done by the end of this class, which is in about 10 minutes or so, but it's for next week. So I think this is easy. I'll stop talking, and I'm going to stop the screen sharing in a second so I can see all of your lovely faces. As of right now, I can't see everybody.
I'm mad at Amazon because they don't deliver my 5-pound bag of jelly beans quick enough.
You're fine.
You got to get better shipping. What's up? What did you click on for shipping? Did you do Prime? You didn't even ship it right. Jaden, you didn't even do it right. Go look for Jaden. Go look for Ram Trucks. Quit goofing around. By the way,
my Ducky keyboard hasn't came yet.
I don't think we've seen Hovey in like 100 years. So can we confirm like Hovey's alive and functioning and okay and all that stuff?
I can confirm she's alive. I know she's alive.
Okay, very good. Because we're gonna have to start harassing her. Because I see Mara.
Oh, don't worry. I can harass her to get her to come back.
Please harass her. Harass her. I mean, in a gentle, an appropriate way. We don't want to like egg her house or anything like that. Although I don't know if you could see it on the brown siding, but nonetheless, we don't want to do that. And I also saw, let's see, I saw Matt Apthorpe recently. I see older Harvey. I see a lot of brothers and sisters, but I have not seen Karenni in some time. I did know Odell wasn't going to be here. I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to disrupt you. But again, we're looking for sources, a source for your topic, please.
The
And-
Odells went to Chick-fil-A.
Say ha.
The Odells are at Chick-fil-A right
Is that
now.
where they are? That makes
Yeah.
me very upset because they didn't offer to bring anything back because Chick-fil-A is
I know.
delicious. But they had to go to Buffalo or Erie for that.
Yeah, it's a road trip day, apparently.
That's ridiculous. Shame on all of them.
I forgot how to sign in.
Okay, you're going to click on, are we talking the PowerSearch?
Yeah.
Okay, you click on it, and then a screen should come up, and it should ask for the password.
Yep.
It's Empire Link.
All right.
I think that's a password for all the Gale stuff. I'd have to go back. In fact, while I'm here, before I shut off screen sharing, I'll go look.
Oh, it worked. I just type in NFL, right?
Yeah. Well, you're going to want to limit that somehow because that's just going to come up with a ton of stuff. When I look at Gale, all the Gale stuff uses Empire Link as a password. In about, let's call it, it's 2:19. In about 3 minutes, I'll go around and see if everyone has something. The deal I'll make with you once you share with me, if you want to go, you can. I do have to cut this a little short in about 8 minutes to about 2:27 for a meeting that's like right on the dot right after this. So Lo siento and what was it, por supuesto? What's the other way of saying I'm sorry in Spanish? I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I just turned in my doc. Is
From
that
today?
the
The
way
one from right now?
Yeah, from right now.
Okay, what were you?
I don't know if
I didn't mean to
I
cut you
don't
off.
know
I'm
if
sorry.
I did it right. Is that what you wanted?
I'll look. Hang on. I'm going to stop screen sharing so I don't broadcast your file to everybody. So give me 1 second here. I'm sure it's magnificent, but at the same time, I want to make sure. So let's take a look. And again, so Sarah, was pretty easy, yeah?
Yeah, it was.
Sarah, can you do me a favor since it seems like you're first? Can you read off the title of the article you found that you submitted just a second ago, just for the heck of it?
Yeah. Mhm.
That's actually what I'm going to want everybody to do. I see 2 turned in. Gibby's turned in 2, so we're going to get Gibby, and then Gibby can run away as well. But Sarah's first. Let me see. Yeah, that's great. And so, in fact, Sarah, you know what, Sarah? I hope you don't mind. I do want to share this because
That's
I
fine.
got this from somebody. Is it okay, Sarah?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I got this from something like this in another class, and it's okay, but I just tried to look, and I think, Kira, wasn't it you? Did you send me one? I think it was Kira, and I replied, and I was like, hey, I can't see that. It was telling me there's an error message, and I don't know why. So when you do this, if you can see this is what I just got from Sarah. Minimize you guys. There we go. So if I click on this link now, it's okay, but sometimes the link doesn't work. So that's why, Sarah, I was asking you if you could, for everyone, I'm going to do this myself. I'll create a space. Sarah can do this later or now, whatever. Put the title underneath so I can find it. It makes it easier to find. Sarah, what's the title that you found there?
Tears in the Darkness, the story of the Bataan Death March and its aftermath.
Okay. Again, I haven't read that, obviously, because you just found it, but that sounds like it would be an excellent source. If you don't mind, I'm going to dump it. Do you still have access to that? Because I know you turned it in, or should I? I don't know if I can return it to you or not. Here,
I can see it. I can see it, but I don't think I can.
Okay, I just returned it to you, and let's see if you can access it. Even if you can't, Sarah, if you put that in like the private comments, that's okay. Like just put that separately, not a big deal. So I'm going to stop sharing now. But so Sarah, awesome. And you can skate if you feel like it. That's what I needed for now. We'll do something more next week and we'll talk about that later. I also had something from Gibby who is turned off her camera. Gibby, what is the title of what you found, please?
It's MacArthur's farewell speech to Congress.
Okay. I don't know if you had a chance to read any of that. Farewell, like I think it's when he's leaving public service, like when he's stopping being a general, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So that's, I've seen that one. I can't quote it, but that's an excellent one. And of course, he has a lot of things to say, and that's a lore, and that's excellent. If that's what you submitted, make sure you get the title in there, please. But that's great. That sounds perfect. Kifo, your Myco is unmuted. Oh, do you have something you found, or are you still looking?
Can I just do like anything on the end, like anything that pops up on Gale?
You can, but don't forget, remember what our purpose is. See, history people are in this stage are a little easier. We're looking, your job kind of is to figure out how they sell to you. How do they get you to buy NFL stuff? How do they get you interested in the NFL? So when you're looking for things, you might want to look at how they market, how they get people to enjoy it, to like it, for it to be popular, all that stuff. But
Okay.
for right now, whatever you can, because again, this is the first time we're really playing with databases, and it's fine. And Sarah, you're still unmuted. You don't have to be. I just want to make sure you
sorry.
didn't. No, I just want to make sure you didn't have a question. That's all. Okay. Kira, we're at the time. So Kira, do you have something to share? And then Miss Morgan, you're going to be on deck. Oh, Kira, you already shared something with me. I apologize. Yes, Kira, verify for me. You can nod or wave.
Yep.
Or you're good. Thank you. Ms. Morgan, do you have a title for us?
Oops.
Kylie had a face and then she did not have a face.
Well, because I can't split screen. It's not letting me.
That's okay. Do you have the? That's fine. Do you want me to come back to you in a second?
Sure.
Okay, Caroline, do you have something you can share?
I just got it.
Okay,
What do you want me to tell you about it?
just the title of what you found.
Oh, it's literally just called Dunkin' Donuts, but it's about like their, like the good things about what some people think like the good things about what they sell is, and then like the kind of the things that are like not as good. I don't know how to explain.
When you
it.
say good and not as good, like healthy wise, or like when it comes to money stuff, like expensive or not expensive, or you
Like
don't know yet?
health wise more.
Okay, very.
And yeah.
I would imagine most of the stuff that they have is not the healthiest, but that happens. Thank you very much, Caroline. Again, you can skate if you wish to, and then Miss Morgan, are you ready?
Yeah, hold on. I am. It just says, it's just called Roosevelt Franklin D, and then in parentheses, Elano, and then 1882 to 1945.
That sounds like that's his obituary.
Yeah.
Because when you have the wife's name like that and then the range of dates, I bet that's when he passed away. So, and obviously there could be an awful lot there that could be good. So, all right, that could be
Yeah.
fine. Feel free to submit that. We'll take a look at it. We go from there.
I got one.
And Kifo, what have you?
I got Joe Burrow getting drafted #1.
So that's from this year.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely fine. And of course, one of the interesting things, and Brandon, we don't have a lot of time as a class, but this year, this morning I had a Zoom meeting with one of the seniors who's a diehard Bills fan, and he's covered in Bills stuff. And the Bills probably are going to be okay this year, but the ironic thing is now that Tom Brady's gone, like there may not even be a season this year. Like who knows? So they had to do that with the draft. Did you watch any of the draft, Brandon?
Yeah, I watched pretty much. I watched the whole first round, and then I only watched like the 10 picks that the Chiefs were in.
So you know how it was very different from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So yeah, there would be a lot of things that we could take out of the way it was different this year. So absolutely, that sounds great. Thank you, Brandon. Jaden or Josh, because I'm going to cut this short in about a minute and a half or so. Do you have something? And if you don't, that's okay. Abby, do you have something? You can nod, shake your head.
Do not have anything.
Josh, you do not. But Josh, are you comfortable finding things with what I've shown you?
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Abby, do you have a source for it or title for us?
Yeah, I have racial profiling.
Oh, because you're doing the Japanese internment camp. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you already look at it and it deals with Japanese?
Yeah, can I use that though? Because I don't necessarily agree with it.
Oh yeah, you can use it to say it's wrong. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Did you do that on the opposing viewpoints or the regular Gale PowerSearch?
The opposing viewpoint.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, so then they would basically it's written to argue.
Oh,
Is what it is. So the opposing viewpoints, whatever you find, there's always an opposite. That's why it's opposing viewpoints. So your article, I bet somewhere linked on that page is the opposite side to that.
Oh, okay.
So just for what it's worth. So yeah, that's fine. So just submit that and you'll be good. That sounds great. Jadon, do you have something for us? Because I'm going to cut us short in just a moment.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you got? Please read your topic.
Hold on.
Jaden. Jaden Nelson. Paging Jaden Nelson.
Trying to get the stupid page open.
Okay, very good.
New York Farm Show debuts Ram truck test drive experience.
Okay, a farm show. Okay, so
That's literally all they had.
okay, I can help you with that later on. But a farm show, the overall suggestion for that is it's a farm show because they want to show how rugged it is, right? And of course, if you like Rams,
Yeah.
then which I believe you do, that's why you chose it. You like Rams?
My father has one.
I have no. I have one sitting in my driveway. I have no problems with that at all. So yeah, and that just shows how rugged they are. I have a meeting happening in just a few moments, so I'm going to cut short. Josh says he's okay. I'll check in with you later, Josh, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, Josh.
Jaden, thank you for being here, and everyone else, thank you for being here. I'll be posting this recording later today on YouTube. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye, bye, boys.